So that is a discussion that was had by a blogger by the name of Musa with this lady called Eva. Now this video is actually an awareness video, and this video is also a warning video. And for whichever side you are, whether you are a follower or what, or you are here, this video is a warning for that. And so that's the beginning of the discussion that I want us to talk about, this lady's comments. Musa asked her what her thoughts are, because she does club hosting, I think. She's one of those girls, half naked, clubbing, what. You know those ones? Yes. They call themselves influencers. Right, so very influential indeed. Now, it's what she says when she's asked about Uktwala. And I'll come back in a second and I'll explain it a little bit further for those that are outside the country, because on this channel we have about 50% of the audience outside the country.
You find some at Conga.
But what's your take on, because that money, it's that money from the rats and the snakes and them things. Is that the money you all spend at the club?
Sorry, you said the money from where?
I'm saying the money from the rats and the snakes and you know the imali yokuthwala chomi ukuthwala yini ngesilungu.
No, I don't believe in witchcraft. So you can't ask me anything about witchcraft. I won't answer.
But Chomi, everybody is saying, like, let me tell you.
I don't believe that witchcraft works, because if it worked, a lot of girls would be rich. So I don't know.
But Chomi, let me tell you.
Rolls Royces, where are the Rolls Royces? Where are the Bentleys? They're just going for what? Sorry,
but Chomi,
for what? Are they doing for designer at Diamond Walk? Let's see the results. So I don't think it works.
But Chomi, that's not right. And then
the scam money, honey, yes, but not the rituals.
The Yahoo is fine.
But I do believe they're scamming, and why not let us pop the money? Who cares?
It's the Yahoo boys.
Let us pop the plane with the scamming money.
So Eva is questioned, what if you are there spending all this money that these rich people are spending and lavishing on you? What if this money is from Uktwala? What if this money comes from ritual work? Okay, Uktwala, it's ritual work. So what is that to you? She jumps at answering that so fast. So she already has an answer. Ne? Eva has sold herself. She has given herself to money. That's what you hear in that conversation or in that tone. It's very, no, there's no such a thing. It doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. But even as he's trying to comment, she is so bent on dismissing that there is such a thing as Uktwala that you have to ask yourself, why? If you think there isn't such a thing, why do you have such a strong position? You are behaving suspicious. And I say you are behaving suspicious by, and what do I mean? As a person who grew up in South Africa, in Africa, let alone, where all things happen. Yeah, you know, Africa is the definition of all things are possible. Okay? But the point of this video isn't even to talk about that. The point of this video is to say, what are you running from? That you would defend something that you strongly don't believe in like that. Eva is running away from the possibility of her finding herself in the hands of a ritualist. She's dismissing it so far that she just wants the money. She doesn't care about things. She doesn't care if it happens. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Now I remember back in 2007, 2006, 2005-06, when I was visiting my auntie in Pretoria, and there was a girl, when the stories of Nigerian with worms and when the hammers and were very popular, yeah, and one of her friends, one of the person that she knew, a family relative, had caught that stuff. She had caught that stuff. Now she might have been an Eva, running away from the reality of Uktwala, running away from the realities of all these things that people are doing out there, to a point where they dismiss it so much They don't want to face the reality about it, but it doesn't dismiss that like it's like disbelieving in God. Disbelieving in God doesn't dismiss faith. Okay, doesn't dismiss faith. Because when I want to be a doctor doesn't mean that there is no engineer. Because you want to be one thing doesn't mean that there isn't the other. Because when you are kind-hearted doesn't mean there is no evil person. You see? Because you are a good person and you are hardworking, slaying. Because you are hardworking, you have a body that other people will drive miles and miles just to get to you. Because you have that, it doesn't mean that they won't go the extra mile just to come to a point where they can have you at an agreeing point, which is money in your case. But being dismissive like that tells you something. It tells you that when you are running away from reality, you see, that's why we call this channel Church Reality. Some people really need a reality check. And the reality check Eve needs is to be reminded, because you think you are good doesn't mean there isn't a person who's evil. It's like a person who refuses to protect their house. No, I will not put a key on my door. They'll greet you one day. Because you are kind-hearted. Oh, how wonderful. Me, I can even put my key on the outside of the door. Because you are so open to people, you are wonderful, you are magondovias. Does not dismiss that there are people who are wicked. But Eva, or whatever your name is, why are you running away from that possibility so much? You are no different to Eve in the garden. Eve, she thinks everything positive, everything I'm told positive, to a point where she's willing to dismiss it just for her to go for what she wants. And guess what? A trap lies ahead. And now this is the part that I want to end this video. The influence that you have, Eva, that you are telling young girls to dismiss, to be dismissive, just chase the money when I get. Chase the money when I get. Don't mind or people are doing what. Don't mind. Now she says no, they are not there. The people don't have the money. They don't have idea. Of course, there are people given fake swallows and all those things. People who are given fake things. Fake sangomas giving people fake juju. That doesn't work because of the large amounts of money that they have to pay for the rituals. There are people who are doing that, but that doesn't dismiss uktwala. And because you are so dismissive to it, doesn't dismiss the idea of, as I stated earlier on, of there be people being evil. Now, you teaching the younger audience that, are you sure, my dear? Are you sure? That was a very suspicious thing. It tells me that you are running from it so much that you have sold yourself to the money that nothing else matters. That's no, not deductive. That's literally what that portrays. It portrays how dismissive you are to the possibility of somebody being evil. So you are chasing the money so much that you would rather dismiss that, no, there's no such a thing as evil. No, I don't believe that there's a devil out there. Was I laughing? You were deceived. But if you are chasing the money, be aware there is a price. Everything has a price. Everything. If you can avoid evil, you can avoid evil so much. There was a period where hiking was a very popular thing. And then kidnappers started becoming a thing. And when they became a thing, then hiking was very, very less. It became, you didn't hear about it as much as you would now. Why? Because the reality faced people. People started seeing the reality. Dismissing uktwala because you maybe have never seen it, or you just would rather not think about it. So because you are about the money, it's just not gonna come to you. My dear, that ignorance, that level of ignorance, it's not worth it. The Bible says, what shall he gain a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Now you wouldn't lose your own soul. You might die in the process of chasing the money, because God knows what some of them carry. There was a testimony of another girl. She talks about having thoughts of doing away with herself just after doing ritual with a particular person. I think I made a video about that. Successful thingy. Check the channel, you'll see it. I think even Niger's Craziest did an episode about it. Dismissing it does not dismiss evil. Be very careful.